Yeah. So we do see his decks here. It's going to be Druid, Hunter, and Warlock against Warlock, Druid, and Warrior. Should be interesting to see. Two of the same there, just the Hunter and the Warrior.
Oh, it looks like we actually have a Ram Druid in this tournament.
Wow, and so high actually with a 4-1 and Chasm Mystic.
Oh, I saw that card also being played by Maverick, also in the Druid deck. So it looks like a really tech card from the Millennium players that they expected some kind of like it's pretty good, it's pretty decent against Hunter, but the problem is Hunter plays really well around their own traps.
So this looks to be a mid Warlock, and against Ram Druid that should be pretty even, I'd say. The key thing would be the ramp for the Ram Druid, obviously, and the silence. I think the best way for Yogg actually to get into this, for Amaz to get into this would be with the power overwhelming into maybe on an egg or something into a huge.
Oh wow! The play from Amaz, not playing the Flame Whip turn 1, and he's like really reading Yogg perfectly here. But like he had the Innervate Keeper, what will be insane on the
Flame Whip.
Wow!
How different is this matchup than a standard Druid?
It's slightly better for the Druid. The Druid is in slight problems against the mid-lock if it's a double combo version, but with this ramp version, you know, you have less conditional cards. Like you don't have the combo, but you have like more 5-drops, more 6-drops. So you're more likely to draw a solid curve, but you are kind of less likely to get back into a game where you've already lost against something like a Rogue and you know, maybe freeze mate, but that's not going to be the case here as he's playing against this mid-lock.
You have also a bit like less dead draws. Like normally against Zoo, like you always have like what I had, like Big Game Hunter. You have like a Savage draw. Like you have so many cards that can feel a bit dead against Zoo.
The Innovate coming out here, a bit tricky this turn actually. I've got to give it to him. As you really do want to use the Keeper, but you don't really want to waste the Innovate and have the no follow-up on the next turn there. Should be interesting to see.
Here do you just tap and then abusive trade, or?
I think I like that, yeah.
Yeah, like August and abusive do a bit the same here, so I don't see the reason to coin out an August.
Yeah, we keep the coin for later.
And like here was the Innervate was used, and that can be like a really tempo swing, and like there is not that much tempo gone now.
So Thijs, what's your opinion on Bane of Doom we see now from Amaz here?
Yeah, it's like it either works like really insanely, I have to say, and sometimes I don't feel like it's ever bad. It feels like it's kind of mediocre, and sometimes like 1 out of the 10 times maybe you just win the game because of that card. So yeah. I actually can understand it by playing it.
It's rarely bad actually. You will have to get the blood in, right? And other than that, when you get a free 2 Flame Whip even, or a free Voiter, you're still fine. It's a decent minion.
Yeah. I actually don't play it myself when I'm playing mid-lock. I'm just too unlucky for that card, sadly.
Yeah, it's a card you have to like, actually.
But I guess, yeah, you can be happy even if you get a 3-drop, like an Imp Gang Boss, you know, for 5 mana, deal 2 damage.
Yeah, the Pit Lord, Doom Guard, like there are a lot of actually good things. Like Jiraxis is also insane against Druid. Like you have a lot of good things that come out, so I can understand if he plays it here.
How do you like this instead of just going for Argus, trade, and saving the coin for Dr. Boom on 6?
I like this better. Argus will be more useful when you have an immediate trade and making a 2 attack. Void Colorist, Void Walker isn't going to do much, I think. But yeah, this shuts down a lot more, I feel.
Yeah, this is going to be a keeper. Like with the swipe and rev, you have a really good turn 6 play. You have two 7-drops already, so yeah, I totally understand this keeper.
And time for the Bane of Doom, it seems.
Yeah, I guess so.
Time to roll.
And
oh,
Illidan. Wow.
Is Amaz prepared for Illidan? Wait, is Amaz actually that got Illidan?
Amaz is Amaz is the Zoo, yeah.
Yogg is the Druid here.
Okay, well.
I think BTH is also a key card in this matchup, so even if he just wastes the BTH or you know, what looks to be a swipe and Wrath here, it's going to be massive no matter what.
Yeah, like he has to kill off this Illidan. He's not going to kill Illidan. Okay. Oh yeah, well he has swipe still for the next turn, so it makes actually some sense.
There are no spells for Amaz, so he will not get that much value out of this Illidan. Other than, oh, there is a spell.
It's really going to play into and swipe, but...
With Juggler, man, that's going to be insane.
Yeah.
But the swipe on the following turn should be equally insane.
But what can you do about it?
There's not much you can do. You just gotta take the chance there.
Definitely, when you only see 3 cards, you would expect a swipe maybe last turn.
What about like Juggler and then Defender of Arcus, the Flame of Astronaut and the Juggler? That seems strong. They're going face with the Illidan.
Can also be good. I kind of like that play.
Yeah. But with
But
this, if there's no swipe,
I can really understand here the implosion actually.
I think Defender. What if
Oh wow! Is it gonna get like the Illidan now? No. Oh wow! This is actually really good. That you buff the other twos. I didn't even know that it was working this way.
you have to play this with Illidan more. Apparently,
Ooh.
I have to play this with it as well.
That's a pretty important pickup, I would say, because there was no way he could kill the Illidan off.
But he really doesn't want to use it on Illidan, you know, as we see Dr. Boom in Amaz's hand already. But yeah, I mean, this maybe comes down to Amaz having played since early beta, so he's probably had a lot of crazy scenarios.
Oh wow!
Millhouse Mana Storm. What is happening this game?
Illidan's, Millhouses.
Oh man, it seems like Amaz's games are almost always the most interesting ones.
Absolutely. We should see the Dr. Boom come down now. I don't know what Yogg can actually do to counter that.
Yeah. You see Big Game Hunter gone, you see Swipe gone, like 2 pretty important answers on this board. So yeah, Dr. Boom is really insane.
He'll just have to play Ancient of War and hope the bombs are bad.
Actually, the turn before, I wouldn't have minded him to trade the 3-1 in instead of the 2-2. What do you think about that? Into the PGH.
I think it gives him more damage because it's like 6 points of damage on hero.
It's 1 more damage, but it's less. It's more vulnerable to swipe, I guess. Also possibly Wrath, but I think it looks now if Yogg can stabilize for maybe like 4 turns, 3 or 4 turns, he will win. But Amaz just seems to have such a strong tempo going now. I mean, imagine an Owl. Oh, the Juggler.
Yeah, and normally a War is like one of the key cards where you win the game with, but at this board it doesn't even seem that good. You can pretty. Yeah, it depends what the bombs are going to do. I can actually understand like Knife Juggler Implosion here, because then you have maybe a knife on the Millhouse and then your bombs can get a bit more efficient.
Are you ambitious and try to get Ancient of War dead by Juggler Implosion? Juggler Implosion first, and then you attack with the bombs into whatever is left.
I just like it just feels a bit bad if the bomb only gonna hit 1 on the Millhouse or something like that. I would just like to, and
But
like the swipe was already so good.
So you start with Juggler Implosion, and there's a huge possibility that Millhouse is going to die.
I think I would have started with the tap actually, to be honest.
Ooh. He still kills his
That
off.
makes a lot of sense, because you do tap here.
Yeah. No tap.
Is he playing around double combo Innovate? I mean, he's only got
With
2
2
hands.
cards?
Yeah.
I will just
mana?
tap here. I don't see reason to not tap.
Amaz just shakes his head.
Yeah, double Doomguard, not really.
He knows, like, oh, evil casters will say this is bad sequencing.
I can't understand like tapping here at the end. It's not always bad. Yeah.
I wonder if he was actually looking for the Innovate into Mind Control tech there. Might have actually been the scenario.
All right, so Amaz takes game number 1 with his Warlock against that Druid. But the match is not over yet. Yogg can still come back. He has the Warrior. Is it Green Patron?
I actually don't know. I thought that I'm not pretty sure, but I think Maverick played Control Warrior. So
I faced Torque from Millennium yesterday, and he was playing Control Warrior.
he was also playing Control Warrior. Then I will say that he is most likely Control Warrior. Oh, he's actually.
There is a Loot Hoarder, so it seems like it's Green Patron with Shield Block and Shield Slam.
Yeah. It's a deck that probably that Nerea made also a bit popular, where you also use Shield Block, Shield Slam to give a bit more options in the mirror match, a bit more in the control matches.
Do you think this version is better?
It's hard to say. I actually don't. I have to. I didn't really play this version, and it seems like some matchups improve a bit, like where the game pattern struggles a bit. You have some bit more removal, so that's maybe the answer. But I really don't know in what matchups is it like really better.
Kaldi, what do you think about this matchup then? This Green Patron Warrior with Shield Slam, Shield Block versus the... Is it mid-range Hunter?
It looks like kind of high-end hybrid. Like
it's either hybrid or mid-range.
It looks like hybrid to me. But overall, if it's hybrid, then I'd give a slight edge to the Warrior if he has shield blocks. If he doesn't have shield blocks, I'd give a slight edge to the hybrid actually.
I think if you run Shield Slam, you should run Shield Block.
Yeah, that should be the case. So then I'd definitely give the edge to the hybrid there. Interesting scenario.
We have some live audience. It's really cool to watch Hearthstone live, by the way, with your friends next to you, and then commentate what is happening.
Aww, a Yogg.
Wow.
Not really helpful on this board, actually.
The worst. Or is that a freezing trap?
I guess it's a freezing trap. It's like pretty.
I don't mind like not popping that trap right now. Could like wait until next turn. You know, draw a card from the Acolyte and then pop the trap.
He's probably a bit scared of Eagle Hornbow because then he could just kill off the Acolyte easily.
That's true, yeah. But I mean, it's unlikely.
Yeah, it was pretty unlikely because that was a really good turn already.
So do you give up one draw for maybe a 1 in 4 that he has a bow?
Oh wow, Warsong is such an important card here with the Torison and Frothing already in his hand.
Yeah, that Torison is gonna come out next turn, I think. Well, there is a high main now, so maybe you feel a bit scared and that you are forced to deal with the high main here. But still, Emperor is not that bad on this board.
With Emperor, you are preparing for the kill. So Hunter is not going to kill you now, or maybe in 2 turns also. Might be forced to trade into Torison. And you do have all the combo pieces.
Yeah, he could actually like gone Whirlwind, Battle Rage, Execute, and drawn a whole ton of cards. I mean, with this kill command here on the board, this is looking decent for Yogg actually.
Unless he overextends.
Amaz, yeah.
Yeah, it looks... if Amaz overextends, then Yogg will be able to snatch the game with Frothing Warsong.
And with the quickshot, I mean, Yogg could have to clear this now. There's no waiting with this.
So you go with... Can you play Acolyte and then Whirlwind Execute?
You have to execute here.
There's a shield block as well.
I guess he's really looking for that where you can like just Whirlwind the hyenas away. It's pretty expensive, but like you can do it with charging the Frothing or Acolyte. Oh yeah, you can either do it with both. Wow.
Why wouldn't you Whirlwind first? I mean, you can actually clear everything.
Oh yeah, and
double Whirlwind, but
yeah, now you clear everything.
No, it's really
and you deal a ton of damage, but there is Iron Beguile and Quickshot for Amaz to stop it. But that's a nice gamble. There was a possibility that the hand is like a Conflict Reaper maybe.
Yeah, but it still like it almost deals like 30 damage is a lot.
A lot of credit to Yogg there. I mean, he saw the play really fast, so I'd definitely say that he's a guy that's played Patron a ton. No, Slug Belcher is decent, but Amaz really doesn't want to give up the quick shot. What do you guys think about maybe Belcher Owl on the Frothing and kill the Warsong?
I like it. It shuts down both creatures, protects you. You're at 17.
You don't really want to give up, I guess, the quick shot right now.
No, I think Belcher with an all is like pretty okay here. You can kill off the Warsong anyways, so...
And you definitely need quick shot to draw a card, because you're out of team. You play those cards and you're only with quick shot.
But we see 2 shield blocks for Yogg and what seems to be endless draw on top of that. So
I don't think Amaz is really thinking that there are any shield blocks or he didn't see a shield slam or anything
it will be
yet.
Surprising.
Like I will just say, if you didn't know Yogg, I will just say that he's playing in standard game Patron at the moment.
Especially being so aggressive. So 2 cards for 1 mana. Harrison Jones as well. A pretty nice deck.
Definitely, it comes really in handy against the Hunter. This seems to be about the same deck I faced against Impact yesterday, and I was playing Hybrid Hunter in that match, and I did lose to this I guess Patron deck with Harrison and Shield Block. A lot of tech cards that counter Hunter, and also I guess in the mirror.
Okay, Mad Science is not really useful if 2 freezing traps are gone. Maybe he plays like 1 explosive or 1 snake. Some people really like to play 3 traps, but it doesn't feel that good.
He definitely wanted something like a second Summon. Whoa.
Okay, well, so he played 3 traps, but...
Okay, the good news is double Whirlwind was already used.
That's true, that's actually true.
And Death's Bite was used as well into Yogg. So...
well, a Warsong commander can really Still with the Patron can just kill off all the spiders.
I think to know this, like, you know, I guess Yogg might just think this is still freezing trap, you know, and play around that.
But there were already 2 freezing traps gone, so. But this is really interesting, playing in 3-3 game Patron.
The bow is huge here.
Wow.
I wonder what he goes for.
He has out of steam.
I will say you killed his Patron off before it goes bigger.
Yeah, because you have no way to stop the patron. But if you go for face, how much damage is that? That's 10.
10, yeah.
Yeah, but you cannot not kill the patron. You have to.
No, it feels like the Patron, it feels really good on the board with all the 2 attack creatures, so. I can understand the play from Yogg, but it was pretty ballsy with hoping Amaz is not going to draw anything that helps against it.
I think to know at least is that he played it on an empty board, so that kind of gives off the impression that, you know, that Yogg doesn't have a lot of cards to buff it.
He could also attack first if it was like something.
Yeah, check what's out. Oh, and that's worrisome. So
counter.
now after losing the patron. This is really weird,
that's a
actually.
nice one.
He's playing like he knows what's
He
going
knows
on.
he is Snake, I think,
Yeah.
because he goes immediately to the face with even playing Krill, so he probably did his homework.
Yeah, maybe he was scouting a mouse to see what's happening.
And yeah, that's like actually an advantage if you are with more players in the tournament. Like, there's probably someone from Millennium that also faced Amaz already or saw something of his game. So
You're talking about Amaz, who brought how many players here? 6 or
6 or 7.
6 or 7.
Okay, but I guess the guys are resting at the hotel.
Yeah.
It's not like Firebad is going around places and sniping and doing notes.
Yeah, I think Backspace actually may be doing that. Yeah.
That's possible, yeah. It's part of the winning strategy.
Yeah, it really does matter. Okay, this seems to be going here in.
Yeah, it's lethal here.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so Yogg is taking game number 2. Ties the series versus Amaz. Knows it's Snake Trap. No surprises there. Well played.
So
It seems like that one pretty much as expected. Looks like it's going to be what, Hunter against Ram Druid. Now this is historically the hard counter to Ram Druid. Is I think the main thing to note is if Amaz actually runs a Hunter's Mark. I think it's unlikely that he runs a Hunter's Mark, but if he does, he will be in a great position here.
still, it doesn't really feel like heavy render. Like, it plays shredders, it plays low taps. Like, normally you would say, yeah, there are some Senjins in it or Belchers, but it's like it looks really like a counter for freeze mage with low tap, Gazans, and maybe just Ancient of War. Like, that's the only card that I really see as a Ramdruid card in this deck.
So, Thijs, you played a lot of Druid, like not say recently, but like this year. Is double Wide Growth alright, or do you hate the second Wide Growth?
Normally, like, if you have like cards like Ancient of Lore and Sylvanas, it's really insane. You draw back, but with double Wild Growth, you really need to draw it, because normally you just like get really out of your cards and you don't have anything to follow up. And against aggro, and I will say against Hunter, it's not even that good, double Wild Growth. It can be just be too slow.
There is the Hunter's Mark.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, against the aggressive decks, Innovate is much more important than Wild Growth actually for that tempo. But we do see here a second Wild Growth coming down. About where you want to be with Ram Druid, honestly.
Basically, you play Sylvanas into their animal companion. It's like they play Misha plus Sylvanas.
Amaz throwing all the traps last turn, the snake.
And that's a Misha, I called it.
Do you think there's a chance he's running Cold Master?
Amaz?
Yeah.
He played it before, I believe.
It's unlikely, but it is possible.
Yeah, with the Snake Trap.
So, is this gonna be an all? Like, we know it's Snake Trap, but it's more likely that it will be a Freezing Trap.
Well, do you just silence it? There's a couple of ways you can deal with Sylvanas. You can obviously ignore Sylvanas, which is bad because there is a Wrath. You can silence it. You can enable the Freezing Trap.
If you're gonna silence and you really give away that this is Snake Trap.
I think you just trap in hero power, honestly.
You can also just attack with the Mad Scientist to get the Freezing Trap out. Okay.
The thing is though, like if he's gonna attack, he'll pop the Snake Trap, so the Sylvanas effect will be pretty minimal, I'd say. He also knows that it's an Ancient of War for Yogg, at least somewhere in the deck, so I would have thought he'd gotten more out of waiting with that owl.
There's also no swipe for Yogg, for now at least. So the snake trap will be pretty effective.
Pretty much giving it away, I guess. By,
Yeah, I think Yogg will know now it's snake trap. Otherwise, there was no reason to play the all.
Well, honestly, if there will be Druid of the Claw, there is one, and Wrath, then you just charge with Druid of the Claw.
I actually totally agree with this Ancient of War, but it's gonna be really painful when he sees that Huntersmark coming on it.
Yeah, that's for sure. And there is Eagle Hornbow as well.
Wow, this bow. He can even get like a freezing trap now if he attacks with the Mad Scientist.
So Hunter's Mark, the 5/10, Mad Scientist, play the bow, hero power, attack with the rest, and you're good. And that's
it's also a lot of damage.
11 points of damage. You pull your opponent at 8. You have a freezing trap. You have a snake trap set up. Amazing turn.
I actually slightly prefer going for the Belcher. I don't know. I feel like if you go for the bow here, it's not as much mana utilization, and you're also in a bit more trouble against the Harrison.
That's actually 10 points of damage with the bow and hero power.
Like I would have gone for that if you had more aggressive cards. You have to kind of play the Hybrid Hunter to your hand. So if you have Wolf Riders and Arcane Golems, you know, you can really go aggressive. But I feel with this hand,
but with 8 power and you have a bow, like and you know your hero power, like the Yogg is really on the clock now. He really has to do something fast.
So he fishes for Force.
Ooh.
I actually really like that player. Going for the Druid.
Okay, so the Abios of Sergeant is probably coming out here because it gives a pretty good trade.
Sergeant Belcher. Because if you hero power, you don't put your opponent at the hero power range next turn. So it's better to develop the board.
I kind of prefer Haunted, but it's
yeah, I'm thinking of Haunted too. Then you have like with the bow you deal 5 damage, you put him at 3, but this gives more control on the board.
And a taunt forces him to attack into it if he chooses to attack. So still enables snake
Okay,
trap.
attacks here, interesting.
That's fine.
He's a bit scared of cards like Harrison. Ooh.
Oh wow,
That's a swing card.
Yeah.
But it's like the snake trap is from one side it's really good to steal because you can't deal with the snake and otherwise you don't attack. Do you even want a Kazan here? Is it good?
If you play Kazan and you steal a snake trap, you're dead. Yes.
I think there are better times to play Kazan than right now.
You rough for 1 first, yeah.
Yeah.
See what you get. Ancient of War would be nice.
I don't think this is like heavy ram druid. There is like still double roar. It's like just it looks like just with an ancient. The only thing the Ancient of War like really says to me that it is some kind of ram, but that's like the only card.
Yeah, when I'm playing at the beginning of the season, I'm playing Druid. I often, you know, cut the Dr. Boom for Ancient of War, and cut I guess a 4-drop and go for the Kazan. Could also maybe.
He needs the snake, right?
He got the freezing.
Wasn't it better to attack? No, that's not possible. You have to trigger. Yeah, you have to trigger both. Then it's not possible.
So can he survive now?
I think so. I like forcing first, so the juggler can't possibly hit.
Is he surprised by the snakes?
No. How are the jugglers gonna hit?
Is he going to lose the trends? Not yet?
No. They are all green, so I don't think so.
What about actually going for the attack on the
I was thinking.
Yeah,
was it like now you have like a pretty bad trade? You're dead, right? He had to attack with the lore, then he called trade better. He just had to get a bit more lucky with not hitting that one knife on one of the trends, but it won't save him. Like he's still dead here, so he probably had to take a bit more time to think this play a bit more over.
Was he not dead if he attacked with 5/5?
And then he called trade. He called trade with one trend in the 1/2 slime. He called trade a knife juggler away and trade one of the snakes away, and still had one Sylvana. So
Haunted and two.
I think he survived with 1 or 2 HP.
2 snakes left. Haunted and 2 snakes. That's 5.
And then Amaz has to top deck something, and he has double savage in his hand. So
and 4. Oh no, he played 4, but double savage with a lot of creatures. So I'm not sure. Like he did it so fast that I couldn't really see it, but.
Seems like almost anything from Amaz there would have sealed the game.
Yeah, maybe he got stressed there. All right, so Amaz in the lead 2-1, and we are starting game number 4.
Druid Mirror.
Druid Mirror.
So how good Kazan Mystic is in Druid Mirror?
It's just a bad shredder with nothing that comes out of it. Like all the tech cards, he really hurt you in the mirror. You don't want to play any tech cards. Okay, low tap is pretty good, and HL bar is actually good, but like normally all the tech cards really hurt you in the mirror match.
Wow, wild grip top deck for Yogg.
I think it was for Amaz actually.
Was it Amaz?
Or not.
Okay.
It's a bit crazy. I sometimes play mind control tech in Druid, and in the mirror it becomes very interesting with Dr. Boom, pay for my opponent, yeah. Tend to get very lucky with mind control tech somehow.
Oh wow, he picks up a really good curve here. And we see from, like if you look from Yogg's side now, I'm pretty sure that will,
Boom?
Oh.
Is it boom turn?
Yeah, this is a boom turn. Dr. Tree, there he is.
You really hope there is no VGH. But there is one. From us.
Do you actually attack here with your shade into one of the bombs, hero power the other bomb? Like it feels so bad to hero power the bomb now and then your shade dies.
Well, you can attack first, right?
I think you attack first with the shade.
Yeah, oh man, can the shade survive?
Oh.
It survived.
Oh wow. And now if you I will attack here because the big game hunter is also 2 HP. Yeah, I like this. Wow, pretty good outcome for Amaz here. Yeah, really good.
That worked really well.
Probably the only time we see double innovate Dr. Boom not working out.
Yeah, normally it's like the winning play.
Even though Yogg is cleaning the board here, his hand looks so bad. He has a combo, but he has no mid-range creatures.
Yeah, and like a keeper of the Grove Wizard is like one of the best cards against aggro. Sometimes against control it's also good. But in the mirror, it's so bad. Like it's all the 4 mana, 5 mana creatures just traded away.
He got low tap, that's something, but then the Touriston is going to stay.
Yeah.
One more turn.
Amaz is just gonna ignore this low tap, playing 2 of his creatures. Yeah, so good.
So powerful.
It's not like he has the cards that you really want to get cheaper, but
I think to notice that Amaz played the Paldiser in the middle of the 3 minions. I think that's definitely just comes with the experience because he knows there's a possibility of a Direwolf Alpha or a Flametongue Totem, so he definitely remembers putting it in the middle there.
Okay, Wild Grove, really good card in the mirror, but not at turn 6. It's like the worst turn I'm most of the times to draw it.
Absolutely.
Is there anything that Yogg can do to still
maybe silence, yeah, but still,
wow, going phase. Well, he has the combo next turn. Maybe Amaz does something.
This might be his last chance. If Amaz ignores that, the fact that there is a coin and a possible combo.
I think you're a bit scared now. Like Yogg is playing really fast also, but I think you're a bit scared now of that after you see him going so for the face.
There's like no reason not to kill the low tap though.
You might read it as desperation.
Like you can also just ref first for 1 on the low tap right and then swipe afterwards. Like keepers are not good anyway here. I will just ref for 1 first.
It feels like Druid is just pure tempo and
like you win in 2 turns with this board.
You might actually clear everything. Just as you said, like ref double keeper and trade into 4. And you'll have lethal next turn, right? With like double keeper.
I would really ref for 1 here, just to get a card draw now in it.
Yeah. And there's no point thinking now because you are getting a card anyway, so the situation might change.
Okay, it's going for the swipe. And is he going to play double keeper or something?
Maybe he wants to silence it on. That's why he's.
Is there a better time to play Wrath though for 1 now?
All right, so he keeps one of the keepers for a possible silence into the zone next turn.
Yeah, I like keeping 1 keeper. If you know he plays Ancient of War and stuff, so I like keeping 1 keeping the keeper. Yeah.
But yeah, I think you kind of can't go wrong here.
It's 10, 14, 16 damage on board, so he.
Oh man, another one.
These Wild Groves, getting them at turn 6, 7, it's pretty painful.
Somebody was cutting them from Druid because he hated the card. I don't remember who was that. Oh. Okay,
going for the Doomsayer. And
it's not a Doomsayer, so that's it.
Yeah.
Amaz is going to take the series versus Yogg 3-1.